Hey everyone, it's JP and I've got another quick little tutorial for you today. And so I just have these cute little earrings. You know how much I love making earrings, so I tend to make those more than I do anything else. And so I thought this would be fun to make. You should have everything in the stash. In your bead stash is what I'm saying. And all you need to do to make these is you're going to need some 11s. And so the color I'm using here is... They are Toho permanent finish galvanized yellow gold, and these are from Aura Crystals. As you can see from my packaging, I bought a big 50-gram bag because I love gold and silver seed beads. Next, you're going to need super duos. So let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So you're going to need 24 super duos to make a pair of earrings. And the color I'm using here is petrol. And you're going to need 8 of these 4mm faceted rounds. So you can use any 4mm beads. It could be bicones, fire polish, pearls, whatever you got. I really like these. I think they're pretty and adds a little bit of sparkle to the earring. And these were just purchased from Michaels. It's one of their green label beads. And over here at the top, it's opaque white faceted 4mm glass rounds. You'll also need some Fireline. So I am using my usual 6-pound smoke Fireline and a couple of ear wires, maybe jump rings depending on the type of ear wire you're using, but that's all you'll need. Of course, beading needle. So I've got my size 12 beading needle there, and let's get started. Alright, so to start, pick up 3 11s, then 2 super duos, an 11, 2 super duos, an 11, and 2 super duos. So I just want to bring those down to the end of my thread, just like that. And you don't need much of a tail because we're about to make a ring. So I'm going to go ahead and go back through all the beads one by one. And just be careful you don't accidentally skip an 11. Very easy to do. There you go. So I've gone back through all of the beads, and there's my ring. So I'm actually going to continue forward through the 11s again and through the 2 super duos. So now if you pull on your working thread and your tail thread, this should tighten up the ring. And what I'm going to do is actually tie a 1/2-inch knot. Actually, I'm going to go through the 11 and tie it between the 11 and the super duo, and this way I can pull the knot into the super duo. So I'm just going to make a loop around the thread between the 2 beads here. That's basically a 1/2-inch knot is, and then you go through the loop, and that makes the knot. So now we're going to continue forward. You can make a second knot if you want. You don't need it because it's the thread's been wound around a couple times, so it should be secure. And you want to come out of this middle bead here in the group of 3 11s here. So I'm just making my way towards those 11s. And there we go. And I will move my finger out of the way. And I'm getting a Fireline smut off on my fingers. I call it smut, but I guess I don't know what it is, whatever the black coating that they put on the thread. Okay, so I'm coming out of that center bead. So now what I'm going to do is pick up an 11, then 2 super duos, an 11, 2 super duos, and 11 again, and 2 super duos, and last an 11. So just bring those down. So again, just to go over the pattern with you, it's an 11 followed by 2 super duos, 11, 2 super duos, 11, 2 super duos, and an 11. So 4 11s and 6 super duos. So you're going to go back around this bead, just the central bead. Like so. I'm just turning it over because, again, I'm left-handed and just easier for me to work that direction, and I'm going to reinforce the ring. So I'm just going back through all of the beads again. Okay, so I've gone all the way around, and now what I want to do is, let's just let me get through the speed here. So I'm all the way around, and now what I'm going to do is continue forward past going through the 11 here, and then the 2 superduos. And there we go. The holes are not tight, they're just at slight angles, and so that makes the needle a little harder for the needle to go through. Okay, so we're going to switch in the other hole of the 11, or not, sorry, not the 11, the superduo. So go through the second hole of the superduo here, and now you're going to pop an 11, and these 2 superduos, you're actually going to go through both of them. Just like so. And now again, you're going to pick up an 11 and go through this superduo. And now I'm going to pick up my round and go into the next superduo. And I'm just going to flip the work so it can keep working up, and excuse me, makes it easier for me to sort of stay in frame too when I work in this direction. And now it's going to be an 11. And so this is a wider gap, so just notice that there's a wider gap, and if you notice there's a 11 here between the 2 superduos versus these are together. So that gets an 11 versus, and this over here, because of the wider gap, gets the round. So I'm going to get my 4mm round. And now here we get another 11 where the 2 are together. And actually in this case, because this is the middle, these 2 get joined together. So like that, and now it's again an 11. Basically the large beads only go on the corners, is essentially, as you can see here. They're on the corners of our rectangle here. So it's time for the round. Time for another 11. And now the round. So through the superduo and the 11. Whoops, got my thumb caught there. And you want to give this a good tug because you want the beads to come together. And this is what we have. So almost done. We just got to do the ear loop and add the loops around the 4mm beads. So continue forward until you get to this bead here at the sides of our rectangle. And if you can't go through both superduos together, just do them one at a time. And now through, so I'm still going, I'm just going through it, I'm not adding any beads at this point. Now once I get to this, once I get to my 11 here, after this superduo, I'm going to make the ear wire loop, and if you've been watching my videos, you know that I like to do my little diamond pattern. So to do this diamond pattern, what you're going to do is pick up 4 11s, just like this, go back around the bead where the thread is exiting, go through the first 11. Now you're going to pick up an 11 and go into the next 11. Go into the 11, go into the next 11 there, or pick up an 11 and go into the next 11, and repeat one last time. Pick up an 11 and go into the 11. And there is our loop for the ear wire. And now I'm just going to reinforce this loop again. So I'm going back through that bead in the center that's between the superduos. And then I'm going to go through all the beads 2 at a time here. And 2 more. So in this case, what I sometimes do is I will just go through this next bead and then the one after that individually, just because sometimes you can't quite get the angle. So now go ahead and go through the superduo, so the 11 and the superduo. And now we're going to make our loops. So we're just going to put 5 beads. So pick up 5, skip over the round bead, and go straight into this superduo. And the loop should go around all the beads, and I'm actually low on 11s there. I meant to grab more out and didn't get a chance. So, oops. All right, well, that happens. I've got a little scoop thing that I can pick them up after when I'm done. Okay, so to continue, go through the 11 and the superduo, and through this superduo. Let me just turn this for a second. I'm going to trim that just because it keeps getting in the way and I keep grabbing it. And so let's just trim that down. Okay, so through the superduo, and again I'm going to pick up 5 11s from my giant pile here, and skip over the round and go through the superduo. So make sure you don't pull this too tight because you want the rings to, or the loops to sit sort of over the round beads. They will move around a little bit. And you can always skip this step. This is not a requirement. So if you like the way the bare rounds look, then that's fine too. So now continue through the 11 and the superduo, and we're going to add 5 again. Come on. Okay, so there we go. 4 and 5. Skip over the 11, or the round, not the 11, and go into the superduo. There we go, almost done. We just got to get to the next one. So through the 11, superduo, superduo again, and the 11. One more superduo. and pick up 5. There we go, and into the superduo. Through the 11 and so I want to make sure, yeah, I don't think there's any thread caught there. Okay, so now I just want to come out of this superduo and go through the round. And all you need to do now is tie some 1/2 inch knots. So I'm going to go ahead and tie one here between the round and the superduo. And then go through the superduo and the 11 and tie another one. Okay, so that should be good enough. I've tied 3 1/2 inch knots, and now I'm just going to trim the thread. So I moved away from the last knot, and it should be good enough to move. And I forgot to grab, thought I grabbed 2, but I don't see my second, oh, here it is. Second ear wire. So just pop it open and feed it through. Oops, there we go. There. I thought I didn't have it open wide enough, but it is good. So I'm just going to close it. And there is the earrings. Let's move this out of the way a little bit. And there are the earrings. So this was a quick and easy one. I hope you liked the tutorial, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't done so. And I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.